and shine. Rise and shine.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on our Rise and Shine program. It's your boy Troy Gill, and we are up here at Fort Matthew. All right guys, and of course you know how we do it. We have fitness professional Chris Williams, who's going to be leading us into a workout to get your blood pumping, get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get you ready to start your day. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Promoters, here is a chance to boost your event or fete with MTV's irresistible television advertising specials. Book now and be wowed with party deals and good advertising coverage. Call our sales and marketing department on 440-8171 or via WhatsApp on 455-5718. You can also send an email at mtvmarketinggd@gmail.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to get into a little workout this morning. If you have some small dumbbells, if you have small water bottles that you can use it for your hands, that's what we're going to be using as part of the workout today. But what we're going to do, we're going to start with a light warm-up, low impact warm-up this morning. We're just going to march on the spot. So you start with your legs low. Keep the pace slow. Bring it up higher. Bring your legs wider. Just hold that there for a few more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get your legs wide. Bring your arms out. And just gonna do some small arm circles. 3, 2, 1. You're gonna change direction. You're gonna go to the outside. 3, 2, 1. Place your hands down. What we're going to do, we're going to warm up the lower back. So what you're going to do, you're going to stretch all the way down. Bring your hands back to your waist. So you go down, hands on your waist. Let's go. Down, up. Let's go. Down, up, down, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to reach. Just side to side, up. That's right, just reach for the roof. Four, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands in front and curl. Warming up the biceps. 4, 3, 2, 1. March it again. 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you're going to do, you're going to get your dumbbells or some water bottles, right? So you're going to hold your dumbbells in your hand. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the legs. So legs should be shoulder width apart. Face this way, right? Legs shoulder width apart. Keeping the dumbbells at your side. What you want to do, keep your chest up, and what we're going to do, we're going to squat. You don't need to go all the way down. Just go to where you're comfortable right now. So you go squat, just like that. Push the butt back. Right, and go a little deeper. Right, nice. Go again. Keep that chest up. Right, let's go. 4 more. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. All right, now place one leg in front, the next leg behind. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna bend over, keep your back flat, So you're gonna bend, right. So you're gonna keep the dumbbells firm right here. We're gonna work the back and you're gonna row, right. So you're just gonna pull it up, keep it close to the body, just like that. Pull it up, squeeze the back, stretch your arms, pull it up, down, let's go. And pull, up, pull. Let's go, 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch legs. We're gonna do the same thing again. Stretch the arms down, keep the back flat. Let's go, row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place both feet together. What you're gonna do, you're gonna hold the dumbbells in front now. What we're gonna do, we're gonna work the hamstrings and the lower back. Dumbbells in front. You're gonna come all the way down, keeping your hands close to your legs. You come down, reach for your ankles, and just bring it back up. So you're going down, up, just like that. Bend the knees slightly. So you always wanna keep your knees soft. Right, good. So you're coming all the way up. Right, so go back down, knees soft, right here, back up again for me. Again, knees soft, right, nice. So let's go, we're gonna do 4 more, down, 4, and bring it up. 3, bring it up, let's go. 2, bring it up. 1, bring it up. So we're gonna go back to the first one, leg shoulder width apart. Legs shoulder width apart. So we're gonna go back to those squats. Chest up. Let's go. We're gonna do it a little faster. We're gonna go for 10, right? Let's go. Ready? In 3, 2, down. Let's go. 1, no, squats. Hands at the side. Let's go. 2, right. 3, let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, let's go. 8, 9, 10. Remember now, one leg back. We're gonna go into the rows, we bend in. Let's go, bend over. Let's go, pull, ready, in 3, 2, go. 1, 2, don't move the body, just arms. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go. 9, 10, let's go, switch legs again, same exercise. Let's go, down, pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, come on, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet together, dumbbells to the front. Again, knees soft. We're gonna work the hamstrings and the lower back. Right, ready, we're going down. Let's go. 1, bring it up. 2, just keep the arms straight. You don't need to pull the arms up. 3, go down, come all the way up, all the way up. Right, nice. 5, let's go. 6, 7, all the way up. 8, 9, 10. Right. No, legs are shoulder width apart. Again, always keep your knees soft. Keep a slight bend in your knees at all times. Dumbbells are in front. Place them on your thigh. Your chest is up, and we're going to go into the shoulders, right? Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, you're just going to raise it up and bring it down. Let's go. Up and down. Let's go. Up, down. Up again. All right, you don't want to go too high. Keep it parallel to the floor. Right in. Nice. Up again. Right. Give me 4 more. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, place the dumbbells at your side. What we're going to do is called a lateral. So you're going to raise your arms straight up to the side, parallel to the ground, and you're going to bring it back down. So we're going to go up to the side, back down. Let's go. So right there, bring it down. Right, bring it up. Just like that. Open your legs a little bit. Keep your knees soft. Right, just like that. Bring it up. Right there. Right. Good job. Let's go. We want 4 more. 3. Let's go. 2. Let's go. 1. Right. So you take the hands, bring the hands up towards your shoulders. Hands up in the air. We're going to work the triceps. Bring it here. So you're going to bend at the elbow and just go straight up above your head. Just like that. Keep your elbows in. Knees soft. Let's go. Extend. Let's go. 1, Let's go. 2, 3. Don't go too wide with the elbows. Let's go. 4. Above your head. Right. Up. 5. Let's go. Up. 6. Let's go. 7. Let's go. 8. Let's go. 9. One more. Nice. So we're going to go back to the first exercise right here. Hands in front. Knees soft. So we're going to do it a little faster. We're going to go for 10. Right? Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Up. Let's go. 1. And down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight to the side. Laterals. Let's go. Straight up. 1, 2. Let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. 10. Right. So we're going to bring the arms up. Arms up. Straight up. Triceps. Bend at the elbows. Let's go. Up. And 1. Let's go. 2. Up again. 3. Let's go. 4. 5. 6. Come on. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good job. So I want your legs wide. Keep the dumbbells in front. Turn your hand. Right. So chest up. What we're going to do, we're going to do some bicep curls. So you're going to come up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Just straight up and straight down. That's right. Keep the knees soft. Let's go. I want 4 more. 4. Stop it about right here. 3, 2, 1. Just turn your hand, just like if you have 2 hammers in your hand. And what we're going to do is what's called a hammer curl. So you start with your hands fully extended down. Right? You're going to bring it up just about chest level and bring it back down. Right. Let's go up and down. Always try to keep your elbows tucked to your side. Right. Bring your hands down and bring it up. Always keep those knees soft. Let's go. Up again. Let's go. Up again. Give me 4 more. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. So what you're going to do, you're going to put both legs together. So we're going to do a combination exercise where you're going to do a lunge and a curl. So watch me first. You're going to step forward, curl, step back. You're going to alternate your leg, step forward, curl, step back. Just like that. So we're going to step forward, curl, bring it back. Are you ready? Let's go. Step forward and bring it back. Step it out. Keep that chest up. Let's go. Again, alternating the legs. Right. You don't have to go as low as me. Once you're a beginner, you just start where you're comfortable and you can increase as you go. Right. So curl. Right. Turn the dumbbells a little bit when you come to the top. Let's go. And keep going. Let's go. 4 more. 4. Let's go. 3. Turn the dumbbells. Right. Nice. Let's go. 2. 1 more each leg. Let's go. Right. So we're going back to the beginning. Legs wide. Squat down. Keep your chest up. Dumbbells to the front. Turn your hands. So we're going to curl. We're going to go faster. Right. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just turn the hand 1 time for the hammer. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight down. 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs together. We're going to alternate. Let's go. Ready? Starting on the right leg. In 3, 2. Let's go. Out. 1. Let's go. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep it going. 7, 8, 9. Last one each leg. 10. 10. Right, so we want to get the heart rate to go up a little more, right? So we're holding the dumbbells right here at chest height. Legs are wide, knees are bent. right? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna do some punches, right? So you're gonna come side to side. Extend the arm all the way out. Right, you don't wanna keep it up in your shoulder, you wanna keep it across your chest. So you don't wanna do this, you wanna be here, right here. Just like that, and extend the arm straight out. Right, nice, soft knees. Right, extend it out. Right, don't forget, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. At any time you need to hydrate, please do so. Just don't drink too much water, you don't wanna make your stomach too heavy, right? So let's go, speed it up a little bit for me. Right, now I want you to sit on it a little more. Right, faster for me now. That's right. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, so the legs are wide again. So you're gonna take one of the dumbbells, place it on your hip. So your left hand, place it right here. The next hand, hold it in front. Right, so I want your chest up. And all we're gonna do, we're gonna go to one side and just bring that dumbbell down to your ankle. So we're doing a lunge. You're gonna face forward, right? And we're gonna go down right here and just reach. So it's back and forth, just like that. Just like that, right, nice. So you wanna stay forward, don't twist the body too much. Right, and just go to the side. Right, open legs a little wider. Right, and go, let's go, reach. So I want you to continue to face forward at all times. That's right, nice. Let's go, 4 more. 3, 2, come on. 1 more. Nice, so we're gonna go to the opposite side. So you switch hands, next hand goes on your hip, but don't twist the body. Stay forward, hands in front. Right, so your hand is here, you're right here, and you're going down. Touch your ankles. Right, so bend that knee, push the butt slightly back, let's go. Right, nice. Let's go, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Reach, let's go, 4 more. Let's go, 3, 2, 1. So right back here, bring the dumbbells back here. Right, last one, and then we're gonna cool it down, right? So we're gonna go faster in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands on the hip. Right, reach. 1, let's go. 2, 3, 4. Push that butt back, go a little lower. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We go to the next side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can rest the dumbbells down. Right, so we're gonna cool it down. Right, so cross the leg, and we're gonna reach down. Hold it there. Let's go, bring it up. Cross to the next side, and down. Bring it up. Legs wide. Go down, place your hands against the inside of your legs. Right, and now you're just gonna push it open a little bit. Keep your chest up. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, reach your hand over. Right, so you wanna be all the way over. Lean into it, nice. So it's like you're grabbing something up here. 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna go to the next side. Same thing, reach across. Don't twist too much, right here. You wanna feel it in your obliques. Hold it, knees always soft still. 4, 3, 2, 1. You wanna bring your hands all the way up to the roof, all the way up, straight up. Right, you're gonna lean back slightly. Right, you wanna stretch out the abdomen. 4, 3, 2, 1. Place your hand in front. Stretch out the bicep. Just pull it down a little bit now. Switch sides. Pull it down. Right, now cross the chest. Hands at the elbow and pull. Right, next side. And pull. Pull it across, pull. Right, bring it up. We're gonna take some deep breaths. Up, all the way up. And bring it down. Let's go, up again. Bring it down. One more. Up. Hold it all the way up. Take a deep breath. Into the nose. Hold it. We're going to bring it down. Give yourself a round of applause. Good job.
All right, guys, so that was Chris Williams leading us into a workout this morning. Of course, to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, and so forth. All right, guys. And Chris, can I share with us a little bit, because today's workout was a little bit different. There was some strength training also involved in the exercise. Can I share with us a little bit about it and the benefit?
Right, so we did our full body strength training exercise today. We use light weights because not everybody's at that level to use a heavier weight.
Right.
The benefits is multi-jointed exercises. So you're working from your legs, come all the way up to the smallest muscles. The only thing we didn't go down and do abs. You know, it's good for persons who do not have, you know, time to basically go to the gym every day and you want to get in all your body parts work. It's good to do full body exercises at least 3 times a week. You know, it's also for if you don't have much time and you're going to the gym and you need to get out quickly, there are actually good moderations of exercises that you can do. Full body takes about half an hour. You know, you could do that again 3 times a day, or you could do it every day because you're hitting every body part differently. So you could switch it up. You can also put some cardiovascular exercise in with it to benefit, you know, benefit you all around and stuff like that.
And for people at home, what can they use as a substitute for dumbbells?
So if you don't have dumbbells, or you can use like water bottles. You can use, you could take actually the water bottles, fill them with sand or fill it with a little gravel, add a little water to add some weights to it. You can use bands. Funny enough, you can use a towel, like if you have somebody who can do like a partner workout with you, so the person can hold the towel and apply resistance to the towel. If you have, like I said, you have the resistance tubes, resistance bands, you know, you can use chairs, you can use broomsticks, you can use anything that can add a little added weight to your normal weight that you would have with just your regular body. It can also be beneficial to do those kind of things.
All right, excellent. And that was Chris Williams leading us into a workout this morning, of course, to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get you ready to start your day. And we just want to say a very special thanks to him and to all who are tuned in this morning. Remember, make healthy choices. Remember to stay hydrated. Thanks again, guys. See you again next time.
I'm Tony Julian with the details. As part of Mosquito Control Awareness Week, which began on Monday, the Ministry of Health is ramping up operations to eradicate mosquito breeding sites and dengue-bearing mosquitoes, as statistics have revealed an increase in the mosquito population and dengue cases on the island. But let's get more on this from Troy Gill.
Mosquito Control Awareness Week, which began on Monday, is recognized by the Vector Control Department and by extension the Ministry of Health as an opportunity to sensitize the public on mosquito awareness, which is the vector for several diseases including dengue, and according to health officials, they are reporting an increase in dengue cases. Our news team spoke to Senior Environmental Health Officer with responsibility for vector control, Awani Ned, who shared the theme for this week's activities.
Here in Grenada, we are doing it this week under the theme Mosquito Identity, Know Your Enemy. And we have our slogan, which reads, take the lead and don't let them breed. So this week we want to focus a lot on source reduction. We want persons to be aware of the breeding sites for mosquitoes.
He says, given the latest increase in dengue cases, they have been ramping up their operations.
Yes, we do have an increased number of dengue on island, coming out from the epidemiology unit from the Ministry of Health. And the moment time we got that information, we activated our standard operating procedure here at the Vector Control Unit, which is once there is a dengue case in any area, the first thing that you'll want to do is start off with fogging, because you'll want to knock out any adult that might be carrying that disease with them. So over the past weekend, the fogging team has been out in the different areas that we notified about. So they were out doing the fogging operations, and even for this week, we already have a schedule in place that we would have sent out to all the media places, so persons would know where the team would be doing those fogging operations.
As part of the week's activities, they will be embarking on educational campaigns in various schools and communities.
Especially, we have a big problem right now. One of the major problems would be septic tanks. Personal septic tanks are broken, and mosquito would find a way in there. And we are trying to let persons know, this is the situation. We want you to seal off your septic tank. We want you to turn down your water holding containers. And we would go this week and do it, and the next week we go back. Either the septic tank is not sealed or there is another container there.
Although he was unable to reveal the cumulative number of dengue cases on island, however, he says the number of new cases now stands at 20. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
154 members of the Royal Grenada Police Force have been elevated across all ranks of the force. The presentation of letters of appointment and pinning of chevrons was held on Monday at the Grenada Trade Center. Tonya St. Louis Lawrence was there and filed this report.
26 sergeants of police are now promoted to the rank of inspectors. 66 constables are now corporals, 56 corporals are now sergeant, 6 inspectors are assistant commissioners of police, and 3 ASPs are now promoted to the rank of superintendents. Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin, in addressing the officers present at the promotion ceremony, says this should be seen as just the start of the challenges ahead.
You will only be told what must be done. The process of how will be up to you, for which you will be held responsible. Therefore, you will be expected to be imaginative in finding innovative ways to transform the vision and strategic intentions of the force into practical and tangible results.
Commissioner Martin urged the lawmen to focus on how they can make an impactful contribution to the operations of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
You must quickly learn the skills and behaviors to pick up at this new level and those that you need to let go of. Pick up being confident in your presence and rank, and behave as though you are deserving to be here. Let go of doubt and uncertainty of how you will contribute or fit in at this new level. Pick up reliance on your team and let go reliance of yourself in attaining the task assigned. In this process, do not compete with your team. Allow your team to succeed, for if they do, your leadership becomes amplified when they succeed.
The officers were urged to be mindful of the following.
Our response to calls for service must be more timely, diligent, meticulous, thorough, and professional in our approach. Our constituents depend upon us to resolve conflict and dispense justice. We must not be casual about this fundamental responsibility. Lead from the front and by example. Be a role model to other ranks and the community. Adopt a learning mindset. We constantly need to refresh and expand our knowledge. Read and research on new policing concepts and strategies. Educate yourselves on evolving threats and challenges so that you can lead your team with distinction.
Commissioner Martin looks forward to greater collaboration between the rank and file of the force, the community, and other stakeholders in crime fighting. Reporting for MTV News, I am Tonya St. Louis.
Police are currently in search of a man who reportedly chopped his female cousin sometime on Sunday morning in the eastern community of Mount Pleasant in the Sister Isle of Carriacou. Reports are that Andre Simon delivered several chop wounds to the body of Faye Simon. Officer in charge of the Community Relations Department, ASP Simon Douglas, spoke to the media on the matter.
The police responded to that incident. The accused person has been in hiding since. However, the victim is currently hospitalized at the General Hospital in St. George's. She is in stable condition and is expected to recover quickly.
Another matter is also being investigated by the Royal Grenada Police Force. That's the 2nd of May shooting death of Randy Jones McIntosh.
Well, we are still in search of that gentleman who is accused of committing that act. The police has been vigorously pursuing him. but up to this point we have not been able to get any success in that matter. He is still not located. But of course we will be combing the whole of Carriacou to ensure that we find him if he is on the island.
What can be considered to be a freak accident that occurred on Sunday has left families, friends and co-workers of one man, Silos Claudius Zeno Augustine of Marigot St. John, dead. Augustine, who was 55 years old at the time of his death, was said to be cutting a tree close to his living quarters to facilitate some ongoing construction work. Head of the Community Relations Department, ASP Simon Douglas, spoke briefly on that situation.
Our information is that the gentleman was in the process of cutting that tree, and in so doing, when the tree left its place, that portion which was cut struck him in the head and other parts of his body, and he fell, and the doctors were called in and they pronounced him dead there and then.
Our news team was unable to secure an interview with the family, but upon visiting Augustine's home, we were able to speak with his female companion, Jane Sandy, who said that she was not there at the time of the incident. However, when it did occur, she rushed to his home, where he was already lying on the ground. Sandy, who was visibly fighting back the tears, told our news team that he was her everything. She also described him as a very giving and helpful man to everyone around. Our news team extends condolences to Augustine's relatives, friends and co-workers at Gravel and Concrete and Emulsion as they come to terms with this loss. In another development, murder-accused Ricardo Edgar maintains his innocence ahead of the upcoming trial, which is scheduled to begin this week, as we hear now from Nikita Hostin.
Ricardo Edgar today was brought to the High Court for the charge, to face the charge rather, of non-capital murder. That is in connection with an incident that occurred in St. Paul's about 3 years ago. But for 2 years, the police were unable to get any leads in the case, and so it was classified as a cold case.
Attorney at Law Jerry Edwin states that the Ricardo Edgar trial has begun and his client maintained his innocence. 37-year-old Edgar picked his jury on Monday morning at the High Court. Edgar was charged in connection with the March 2018 shooting and death of a Chanel Blackman who was shot in Belmont, St. George.
Last year, the police were able to marshal sufficient evidence so that a charge could be levied now against Ricardo Edgar. And Mr. Edgar, who is 37 years old, picked a jury this morning, 12 of his peers from our community. The trial is scheduled to start before Justice Paula Guilford on the 12th this week. It is expected to last for about 2 weeks, 10 days.
Expecting a fair trial, the jury will determine Edgar's fate, a trial which is expected to last about 2 weeks.
Mr. Edgar is vigorous in his defense. He says, I did not commit this offense. And we are in a democratic system with free courts. He's entitled to a lawyer. Justice Guilford will ensure, as she always does, that the trial will be conducted fairly. And so Mr. Edgar, at the end of the day, will await the verdict of a jury to determine whether he is guilty or not culpable in the death of the deceased.
Although contestants from St. Mark and St. Patrick were part of the lineup for Sunday's annual Mother's Day Queen Show in Grenville St. Andrew, the crown remained in the big parish. However, it went to a different village this year, breaking the winning streak by the community of Telescope, who successfully retained the crown for 5 straight years. We have more in a report from Troy Gill.
Roxy Braveboy, representing the community of Simone St. Andrews, won the coveted crown at the annual Baines Upper Level Promotions Mother's Day Queen Show, which was held at Victoria Park, Grenville on Sunday. She was crowned by the 2022 Queen Patricia Charles from Telescope St. Andrews, the village which successfully retained the title for many years. This is the second show held since the passing of its founder, Peter Bain, and according to his son and one of the coordinators of the event, Kido Bain, they are happy to continue his legacy.
2001 he started the Queen Show, and he passed away in 2021, but we are honored to 2 years in a row we continue doing the Queen Show and have it going and have the same level of support, because remember we started at the Deluxe Cinema first. But we outgrew that event, so now we're here at the Victoria Park, and we're honored to see that we can continue making it special for the mothers on Mother's Day, because to us that's very important.
The addition of contestants from outer parishes, including St. Mark's and St. Patrick's, has brought the show to another level, Bain says.
Well, we normally even have persons all the way from Carriacou, but this is the first time we have it. St. Mark's, St. Patrick's, and we make it much, it's all about versatility because we want the entire nation involved in everything. So we're happy to extend to the outer parishes because we see a lot of people from Victoria go up here, the support is overwhelming. And we're just doing it for the mothers, we're just making sure that they're happy. It's not about competition, it's all about giving back, because part proceedings from the show will be going to the Cardrona home, and it's all about charity and fun and give back to the mothers.
He says they will continue to fulfill the mandate of his father, Peter Bain, who was awarded and recognized for his many contributions to culture and society.
Well, it's an honor, Peter Bain, BEM, remember he got the British Empire Medal for Culture. To us, that was an example that we should follow and continue to play our part for the culture of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique, because not only do we do stuff here, we do stuff in Carriacou. And we are happy that the people are still on board with us.
Second runner-up was Shelley Charles from River Sally St. Patrick's, and placing third was Lynette Clovey from St. Mark's. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
Rise and shine.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine for today, Tuesday. It is the 16th day of May 2023. I am your host, Oslin Crosby. I want to say good morning and welcome to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. The sun is out in its glory, so it is a beautiful day. As I always say, feel as the day and use the day to have an opportunity to be a better version of yourself. Every day be better than you were the day before, yeah? And just use the outside as an example to do so. It is going to be another informative program here with you, here on Rise and Shine today. And we must say happy belated Mother's Day to all our mothers. I did extend my greetings on Thursday. Now I do hope that you enjoyed that day on Sunday. It was a special day for mothers. And I do hope your families did make you feel special on that day. Remember, every day is Mother's Day. Once you become a mother, you're a mother until we depart this life, because we never get an opportunity to say to our children are no longer children. They will always be our children. Yeah. So it is going to be another informative one here with you. Today we'll be speaking with the CEO of the Cultural Foundation, Mr. Livingston Nelson, all about plans to get with SMC, what's happening with our traditional mass. I think we would appreciate and agree that the cultural aspect, the traditional mass aspect of our carnival is what makes us unique. Yes, because we can find the pretty mass everywhere, but the traditional mass is what makes it Grenadian. So it will be taking actions to ensure that we preserve that which exists and also speak about some of the future plans for our traditional mass. But it's now 7:42 in the morning. I believe we have the Met Office online, so we can go over now to hear what's happening with the weather so we can plan. Good morning.
Good morning to you and to your listeners. It is a fair morning at the MBIA. Winds are from the east at 17 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1014.7 millibars, that is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 27.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 82%. Yesterday's maximum temperature is 31.6 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum temperature, 26.9 degrees Celsius. There was no rainfall over the past 24 hours at the NBIA. Hence, the total for the month remains at 0 millimeters. Now to look at the public forecast value for today and tonight. For the state of Grenada, the weather is expected to be hazy with cloudy skies, initially becoming fair by mid-morning, with possible isolated afternoon showers. Today's maximum temperature, 32 degrees Celsius. Wind, east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas, moderate with waves 6 feet in open waters. Tides will be low at 8 a.m., high 1 p.m., low again 8 p.m. Today's sunset, 6:25. Tomorrow's sunrise, 5:54. Just to recap the public forecast for today and tonight, for the state of Grenada, the weather is expected to be hazy with cloudy skies, initially becoming fair by mid-morning with possible isolated afternoon showers. From the Met Office, this is Wandy Cyrus. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Vondi. And that's the forecast for today. Hazy, a bit hazy conditions. And whenever we do hear hazy, we often encourage you, people who have respiratory challenges or so, that you prepare yourselves, yes, in the event that it triggers something. So do what you need to do, ensure that you top up on your supplies, ensure that you take all the proactive measures that you can so you avoid an episode. Yeah. So our word of the day, let's take in now our word of the day. It's coming from a grade 6 student of the St. Andrew's Methodist School, Angelina Connaught.
Hello, my name is Chloe Damois. I am 7 years old. The word for today is forgive. Forgive is spelled F-O-R-G-I-V-E. Forgive. Forgive means to stop feeling angry at someone.
Powerful word. Forgive, our word of the day. From Angelina, no, that one is not Angelina, but from Chloe. Chloe this morning, very, very powerful word. Yeah, forgive. We forgive not for who would have wronged us, but you forgive for you. Always remember that. You don't forgive for the person who have wronged you. You forgive for you. When you forgive someone, you let it go. As Chloe said, it is you not being angry at someone who might have done wrong to you. Because the minute you choose to carry on that pain, you would always be angry and bitter. You would never get out of that state. It is not healthy. It is not good for you. You have to forgive and let go. Move forward with bright and hopeful prospects for your life. It is very important. So when you are told to forgive, forgive. But remember, forgiveness is not for the person who have wronged you, but rather for you. Let's take it now, our emergency tip of the day. We are still experiencing the hot conditions. We have also heard the news that there is possible some hot months ahead of us. So it therefore means that we need to take all proactive measures to stay healthy. Yeah. So tips for extreme heat. To beat the heat, stay hydrated, drink lots of fluid. And water is ideal. If we have a little citrus, a little lime or so, a little cucumber, you can put it in the water, it would help. Yeah? Stay cool, stay indoors if you can, reduce your time spent during the peak hours, and the peak hours for the sun is from 12 to 2. Always remember that. Wear loose, lightweight clothing. That always helps. That always helps. So it's important that who are the people that are at risk? Our young people, our children, our elderly, and those with pre-existing medical conditions. So if you know you fall in one of these brackets, please ensure that you take all the precautionary steps so that you can remain healthy. We live in the tropics, yes. This is what we have always known, but I think we can all agree that now it seems to be a lot more extreme than the past. And we know all that's happening in our environment, yes? The degradation of our ozone layer, and all of the things that can affect us. Yeah, direct heat waves, the rays and so are affecting us directly, and I think we understand what that means. So let us do what we need to do to ensure that we are healthy and we stay safe. If you work in the outdoors, then take other measures. It means that you might need to wear long sleeve clothes, yeah? Use things that would cover your body so you're not directly exposed to the sunlight, yeah? So let's do what we can to stay healthy. It is now 7:48 in the morning. Let us take a break now. When we come back, we should be speaking with Mr. Livingston Nelson, all about that big meeting coming up on Saturday with our traditional mass participants, all in preparation for Spice Mass 2023.
Promoters, here is a chance to boost your event or fete with MTV's irresistible television advertising specials. Book now and be wowed with party deals and good advertising coverage. Call our sales and marketing department on 440-8171 or via WhatsApp on 455-5718. You can also send an email at mtvmarketinggd@gmail.com. Terms and conditions apply. It's the 4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.
A natural disaster can change your life in minutes. Preparation is the best protection for your family and business. Prepare now. Create a disaster plan and make sure everyone knows what to do. Store water, non-perishable food, and medication. Remember basic emergency supplies such as batteries and flashlights. Trim overhanging trees. If trees near power lines are unsafe to trim, call Grenlec at 237 for assistance or advice. Install surge protectors to safeguard your electrical devices against outages and intermittent surges. Make sure your generator has an isolation switch. It will prevent power from feeding to our lines and electrocuting others. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Join us for the chocolate adventure of a lifetime. May 16th to the 21st, 2023.
Thank you so much for being here with us. As I did indicate before we went on the break, it's now 7:52 in the morning, 8 more minutes before the workday and school day start. To our young ones, please make it a very, very interesting and exciting learning day. And to also our adults, being at work does not mean we don't learn. Each day we learn something new. Yeah, and that is something that we should always strive to do. Learn something new each day. It might be a new experience. It might be a new word. It might be something, some new information that you never knew before. And when you do, be grateful for knowing it. Yeah, you can say thank you, but we never stop learning. Each day we sit in a classroom. We sit in the classroom of life, and we learn something new. So let's go over now to our interview for the morning. As I indicated before we went on the break, this morning we're speaking with Mr. Livingston Nelson, CEO of the Cultural Foundation. Mr. Nelson, good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine. And I also want to say welcome back to the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Thank you, Ms. Crosby. And I just want to say good morning to all the listeners of Rise and Shine. I'm really grateful to be here and thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you. It is a pleasure to have you. Culture is always a very warm and interesting topic. And I know coming off of Unleashed last week, our creatives and cultural enthusiasts so are energized, looking forward to see where we move from here. We spoke to Orlando last week and he said that it was the beginning of many more. The roadmap has to be created and then we move into actual policies. But in the meantime, we know that the Grenada Cultural Foundation has been in existence for quite a while and continue to work on the preservation and continued growth of our culture-rich heritage that we have here in Grenada. And I know that now you are back at the helm and will be working to ensure that we do this. So let us focus now on the reason why we are speaking this morning. There is an important meeting coming up on the weekend. Speak to us about that meeting.
Well, we are actually having this meeting on Saturday, 1 p.m. at the Methodist School in Grenville. And the reason for that is to, try to formalize a certain association with the traditional and individual bands, but traditional bands. The people that make things happen, the people that actually unofficially brand Grenada Carnival. We have a unique talent, a unique gift, which we have not tapped into, which we have not developed, we have not given much attention in the past. And this year, with my Cultural Foundation, that would be the focus in ensuring that the traditional bands get their rightful place right at the hem in terms of that is the face of Grenada Carnival going forward. But that is my hope. So on Saturday at 1 p.m., we are inviting at least 1 or 2 persons from every traditional band in Grenada to come to Grenville for that meeting at 1 p.m. Saturday at the Methodist School. We are going to be having buses from Las Angeles coming up. The number, we had one and that one again was changed, so we're going to verify later on, so stay tuned. Starting from Las Angeles, but picking up persons along the way. And we are going to have a second one leaving from Guave, from Cuthbert Peters Park and coming through. Now, from the St. John's area, there is a young man named called Pumpkin, who is one of the VECO organizer band leader. He would be the main lead up there. So he has identified some people that play traditional mass over the years, and they would be coming out to St. Mark and picking up some other persons. So that is our plan, to meet, to greet, to hear the concern, and to lay out what we want to do going forward, and to see as a group if we can come together to say to Spice Mass. And actually not to say to Spice Mass, because we are doing that in collaboration with the Spice Mass. And I know it didn't reach there, but over the years, there's been Cultural Foundation and Spice Mass. This year, what we want to do is to blend and to merge our synergies in order to create one unit to address the culture of Grenada. So we don't want it always to be, Grenada Cultural Foundation and Spice Mass here. We want to fuse in the areas we can. We just start. Not everything will be fused this year, but that is our plan. Going forward to work together.
I remember when a similar structure existed, that the Cultural Foundation and SMC worked hand in hand, lending support, especially in that of human resource, because there is not much of a difference. There is not much of a difference.
Well, this is the charter, the act that gives rise to the Cultural Foundation is for the development, resuscitation, archiving, documentary of our indigenous culture. On the other hand, the Spice Mass is mainly for promotion. So truth be told, the Spice Mass is not responsible for the development or of our traditional culture. Their role is for the display. So once the carnival season launch, Spice Mass are coming to play. But we are saying where our our mandate ends, your own begin, but there is still some overlapping.
Yes.
Because we want to see the traditional masks fully displayed. We want to see them properly given the proper place in Carnival. So we're working with Spice Mask, and if we do not have a product, Spice Mask cannot really exhibit anything. So with that kind of recognition, we decide to work together. And you know, I must say, this time we have some really good persons there. We have Cecil Noel, who have been in PAN, has been involved in the culture as the CEO. We have Chris DeRiggs, who is our chairperson, and we have Kurt Raz, the chairperson of Spice Mask. We have other directors that are involved in culture. We have Neil Ferguson, the Grenada Cultural Foundation. And you know, we have Mr. Mark from Culture. So we're working together with cultural people coming together. So this time it's not just the organization, now it's cultural minds trying to ensure that we work this thing together and to ensure we have a product. So the fruits would not be fully ripe at this time, but we're working to make sure that at least there should be as different this year.
Okay. So from Saturday's meeting, what do we hope to achieve? What is the objective of the meeting? I know Carnival is coming, yes.
I don't want to spell out everything, but let me say, for one, we want to we are lobbying for a series of things. One, we want our mass, our traditional people to involve with theatres, meaning we want them to go back to the original tenet of what the traditional band represent. What is it the chutney represent? If you were to take a photo, if you had to take a photo of a chutney band over the years, most time you see somebody that is not a chutney in the middle of the band. You see somebody that is not fully clad in a job, not in the band. So we want the spectators to be out of the band. We want players. We want uniformity. We want the theatres. We want them to work with a certain time frame. We want the chutney bands to practice as they used to. We want them to be on the street practicing. We want to work with the police. We don't want the job to masquerade before Carnival, meaning we don't want them to have the tar. We want it to be that unique display on the time when you should really display. There are a lot of other things we want, so we have other plans on Carnival, different routes, what they should take, what we should do to highlight. We want the DJ men to stop playing music when the masqueraders are masquerading. So it's a series of things we're going forward with in terms of what we want, for this Carnival. We want them to be represented and be given the due respect. So in a nutshell, some of that, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I like the sound of that. And I think one of the things that we would have to be able to also do is that of investing in that of the preservation of what exists. Yeah? I grew up in Victoria, where we know that this is the home of VECO. Yeah? I know it. It is what we have all what we grew up to. Yes, traditions and so would have evolved over time, from the stories that I hear from my parents, and so it was a very dangerous mass together with chutney then. It has now evolved, yes? Still dangerous to a certain extent, but it is not as bad as it used to be. But if you are not from Victoria or Guelph, which is where these two parishes that really play VECO, then you would not know what the traditional mass is. Any plans for us to take the message, or rather the history of our traditional mass, to our schools? So our children who may not be from the countryside, as we always say, know what our traditional masses are.
Well, we let me just say, what you're saying is really up my alley and really up part of the plan. You mentioned Victoria. We have already made contact with several persons in Victoria in terms of doing what we call a documentary. Before we could take it to the schools, we must have the materials. So we have already contacted some. For a matter of fact, one of those guys from Victoria, we contacted him. He's now in the process of getting the costume. But we want to look at the evolution, how VECO evolved. Did it evolve on the plantation, on the estates, on the estates? Did it evolve there? Did it evolve post-emancipation? So we're looking at all that. We know if you're from Victoria, so you must know what I'm talking about. When they used to dress in the crocus bag, and some of the VECO menus, you used to say, well, from 4 o'clock, you have the up street guys and the down street guys, them going to play the VECO. So we want to know who are the main band leaders, what were the message. When the Posey came into the play, did VECO used to sing before? Why are they not singing now? All those things. And you grew up, and of course, if you talk to your mom or your grandparents, you realize that one time they used to sing. What is the history? So when we go to schools, we want the VECO to be able to play what they used to play. And something that we intend to do, we cannot just take VECO and teach it all over the place, because I've did that before. We must make sure that in Victoria, St. Mark and St. John, where it has its root, that we go back there first to ensure that the children they know what the grandparents used to do. So it's not about spreading VECO all over Grenada in the first phase. We must make sure it is anchored in the home where it grew and it evolved in. So that is one thing. You know that some of the guys that played VECO, they later on used to play Chutney, because VECO used to be something that was played and displayed, and later on by 9, some guys would go and play Chutney, the same set of guys. And some of the football teams was much involved again in the same VECO. So there's a lot, and you see in my space of time, I've learned some of the things that almost certain is familiar to your ear, what I'm saying, because that is your area. So we want to first do a documentary. We want to then take it in the schools, but we wouldn't just take it across the island first. We want to make sure it is grounded where the roots belong, and then we could then spread it on first. So that is the only 2 parishes in Grenada that have VECO as of now. So we want it to be more grounded in there, and let the people from St. Mark and by extension St. John tell us the story. And then that is the story we will have as our Grenadian story.
I think it is important that we do it now, because we recognize that some of our foundation members who played VECO, I can speak to that in Victoria, that they are going. Yeah, they are going. We lost.
Some have gone. Some have gone.
Some of yes. A lot of them are leaving, and we had Mr. Wilson that we would have lost earlier on. Yes, Mr. Wilson, which was a school teacher, and he was documenting that history of VECO. He was one that played VECO. If you're from Victoria, and it doesn't matter your gender, and you have not played VECO, you know that it is enshrined in us. It does not matter what it have, Mr. Nelson. There will be VECO. You're going to hear clogs, you're going to hear something outside, and it gives you an idea that it is coming. But we are losing our foundation members. Yes, some of the younger people are picking it up, but I think it's important that they understand the roots, because our elders are departing.
Right. So we say the same thing, and you're helping me say the same thing that we want to say.
Yes. So that's VECO. I know we have the Maypole. I was listening to the launch, or looking at the launch rather, in the US, and we see that we had some aspects of the Maypole out there in the New York launch. And I think whenever we use these opportunities to go out there, that we go out there, yes, while we may represent, we also need to share the history, what it is that they're doing, why they do it. The history behind these traditional masks are all critical.
Right. Well, we need to do that. I mean, again, as you mentioned, Maypole has what I would say an Irish root. But again, in the Caribbean, we have, as much as I'm Afrocentric, we recognize that we have had injection of other cultural practices and norms into Grenada, in particular. It's really Caribbean, but in Grenada. And we have to pay homage. That is our journey. So doing the Maypole, being more innovative, etc., is nothing wrong, because culture evolves. Culture evolves. So we have to recognize all the various facets of our culture and give it homage. We know the last, we had a strong contingent coming from the Belle Isle area at one time, and then there was a group from the St. Paul's area that used to do Maypole. I remember at one time there was a group from Grenville that used to do Maypole. I've seen some display at the Maroon Festival in Carriacou, a group of them doing Maypole. So again, it is something that we have to embrace. Sometimes it evolves, but we have to let it evolve. So we are not there, when it evolves, we evolve, but we want to know the root and why we do it. So we're doing that. We do the maple. We're interested in the Chutney. I don't know if you are aware that there was one we call the Apache. We're interested in having a display, or at least a recording of the music and some of the dress code. I mean, not everything we are going to be able to bring back, or we need to bring back. If it died, but we need to have a recognition and an archiving or even a replication just for the archive to show, well, that is what it used to be. Later on, you just make emerge again at a next era with a next group of people, because we have had the recording and they can go back in time to see what we have.
So we are speaking about the preservation of our traditional mass, and that's why we are encouraging our traditional mass players and band leaders to be a part of Saturday's meeting. How do we plan to incorporate? I know that the Cultural Foundation is working in collaboration with SMC because this is the main stage for our traditional mass carnival. How do we plan to incorporate them? You spoke about no DJ music and all, and I like that because we get to hear. For example, you did speak about the Veco that sings. They do chant. They still do. I know those from Victoria still do. The Chutney, the Chantwells, they always sing. Yeah. And then we have even the Jab Jabs. The original Jab Jabs sing. I remember I met some a couple years ago in St. Patrick, and there is this man there. Sure, you know him, Mr. Nelson. You know, there's a man there. You can tell he's a more mature man that was singing. Oh. I mean, the words of the song, it is the changes to the song that's interesting. But I think you know who I'm talking about. Very interesting. We cannot even sing the song here, but they do sing. How do we plan to incorporate them in this year's carnival?
Well, for me, I would be advocating for greater visibility and respect on the stage. Carnival is a street theater. It's a time, well, instead of going to the movie, you might go to a play with, like, there's an ongoing one at La Boucan right now. La Boucan, that is with the Uras Peters and Peters. They have a monthly production, and they put actors on the stage. Or you have had, plays by Ricardo or by Chris de Riggs, etc. Now, the point I'm making that the people go on the stage, and on the stage, everybody that occupy the stage are actors. You cannot just leave the audience and then go and play a role. It's the same thing. It is a street theater. So we want the people that invest in costume, rehearsing, to occupy the stage. That is why we don't want, if you are not a player, we are discouraging people this year from getting into the band. Pay your money, get into costume and play. The stage, the street, which is the stage, is for players. Yes. The spectators must stay on the side and allow the players to play. So we want to advocate that. So we want you to respect the traditional band. We want you to respect, for matter of fact, all bands. But we want you to give them respect and don't jump in the middle. If you have your nice dandan and your small jeans or your short pants or your short skirt, don't enter into the people band even if they are your friends. If you have any respect for them, please let them play. So we want to, that is some of what we would be advocating and selling to the public going forward. But we don't want to stop there. We don't want to stop just in Carnival. We want to work on what is the true story. We want to bring all this story after. We want visibility even after Carnival in different areas, so we can have an appreciation of who we are and what we are. And the conversation, because the Cultural Foundation has no monopoly on ideas. So we would open that to general public, to, what is your say? How should we go forward? And we're talking about the meeting, but we also have a new initiative where we're opening up the foundation to volunteers, people that want to serve in culture, because we need human resource. We need human resource to help us in order to push the culture forward. So again, it's 415-0621. You can call the Cultural Foundation and volunteer your time to come and help and assist, not just now, but throughout. You don't have to come and spend a whole day or 3 days. It could be 10 hours, it could be 8 hours a week. It doesn't matter. You could be working from home. A lot of times it would be from home. But we want you to come and to call and to volunteer your time. But going back to the substantive issue right now, what we are really talking about is that this Saturday we want the traditional mass band players to come to Methodist School in Grenville at 1 p.m. because we want to have a serious conversation with you, and we want you to tell us what you need. We have some ideas as what we would do to promote, but you too must have your own input into what you've been experiencing through the years and how we can work together. Both the Grenada Cultural Foundation and the Spice Mass Foundation. The Grenada Cultural Foundation and the Spice Mass Association.
All right. I think that sounds encouraging. I like the sound of that, because oftentimes I think we recognize now that our fancy mass might possibly be quickly pushing aside our traditional mass. And I think this is excellent. We must preserve what is uniquely ours, or else we would have nothing to sell. Yes, jab is uniquely ours and it forms part of our traditional mass. We must protect, not just preserve, but protect and preserve it. I like the part on that of allowing the people who are participating in traditional mass to have the space for them to be able to showcase what the mass is all about. And no interference. You allow them to do this, because that's the only way we'll be able to teach it. I think we can always highlight Carriacou when we speak about culture and heritage, because it's very, very rich up there. Maroon Festival just concluded. I mean, we spoke to Anderson before and we spoke to him after. Images, and so the pictures I've seen, I mean, it's a beautiful event. Always something that you can look forward to. The cake dancing, the Shakespeare Mass, the cooking, all of it. There is always something that's deeply rooted in something traditional on the Sister Isle. And we on the mainland, we have to get back to that place. And I know the Cultural Foundation has to play quite a driving role in ensuring that this happens.
You know something, I mean, like, this is not something we plan to talk about because we can talk all day, but let me say something about the Maroon Festival and the vision. This has been, I've been there several times. That is the best Maroon Festival I've ever been to. The best by far. Not one in terms of the quality of the acts was really good, but what was most instrumental is the focus on the local in showcasing what is uniquely Grenadian, what is uniquely ours. So the Maroon Festival this year focus and dig and showcase with a level of pride and confidence, knowing that what they have is theirs and they're happy to show the world that that is ours. So I really applaud the effort of the organizers with that vision. And that is what we want to do. Ultimately, we are not there yet. We are not there yet with our display because you mentioned something. We have the fancy mass and all this thing, or we could never compete with Trinidad in terms of the costume, the size of the costume, etc., and what they have. We cannot compete with Brazil. Again, with those kind of fancy costume. What we have is our traditional band, and we can compete with anybody, any country in the world if we showcase and embrace what is uniquely ours. We can compete. So if we can compete, let us have a competitive edge. When people come, let me encourage them to play jab. Let me encourage them to play veco because we have costume. Let us have Chutney costume selling so people can buy a Chutney costume and play. Let us do that because we're proud and we show that this is ours and it is good as any other traditional mass or masquerade at any part of the world. That is the kind of pride and confidence we must have in going forward, boldly embracing what is ours. And that is what we want to do in the Cultural Foundation starting this year. I hope I am there for a long time to see to a certain degree where we can showcase what is uniquely Grenadian. And I am going to push. We're working with the Spice Mass. My vision, the Cultural Foundation is the Cultural Foundation vision, but we're hoping to blend our vision. And in talking to the chairperson and the CEO of the Spice Mass Corporation, I believe we had that shared vision that the traditional mass is the mass that we must be focusing on.
I think now that should be on the same page. I know Cess very well, and
Yes.
Cess would have served actually on the SMC's board years ago. So Cess is very, very mindful of this. Cess is also a cultural person. Cess is still playing pan. And that I think that is what always makes a difference. The people who not just working in culture, but the people who have lived
practitioners
and practice culture, it is different because you're coming with a renewed passion. It's a difference. It is not just sitting there and saying, I'm going to do this, but you want to see it move forward because you are deeply involved in it. And the same goes for you. The drumming, it's you. I saw one a while ago as we were settling down our cameras, and so we know Livingston Nelson Tivoli drummers. It's synonymous. You are synonymous with Tivoli drummers. And we also see you as a culture person. So we are looking forward to see that all of this, what we call passion, is taken to this our cultural product, and at the end of the day can just blossom into something wonderful.
Right.
And I think that's the only thing that should be coming out of something like this.
And I know we probably you're about to wrap up, but let me also say to you that coming out, because you started with that in terms of the creative industry. Grenada can only benefit from the creative industry when we take what we have and bring it at the next level. The germination, the manufacturing plant of the creative industry is the embracing of all of what we have, uniquely ours. Our artists, our artists representing Grenada, our artists, our practitioners, our theater people, our filmmakers, taking from what they got from the grandparents, some of the stories, putting it in books, in films, using our landscape to showcase our lakes, our beaches, our forests. That when we use what we have and take it at the next level, really that would blossom. And we all would develop a level of confidence. So the creative industry can only bloom at its fullest potential when you have the practitioners ensuring that they take what is ours, bring it at the next level in books, etc., etc. Our music, our musicians, producing more musicians, more artists, etc. And then this get bloomed into something that is profitable, well-meaning, and of course, ultimately, it sells Grenada. So, hand in hand, we are the people on the bottom. If you want, for want of a better word, actually, for the germination in the manufacturing, in the estate, producing the crop that would go into the agro-processing plant, which is the creative industry.
Yes, and I'm happy that you shared that little piece there, because I think with all that we are saying here, when you spoke a while ago that you should be able to go somewhere and buy a Shotney costume and get a Veco costume and be a part of a band, it is speaking about how we can monetize traditional mass and make it,
like merchandising and monetize, of course.
How we can make it profitable for the people who have invested so much over the years in ensuring that it's their life. And that is critical, and I'm sure it would form a big part of the conversation that you have on Saturday with our traditional mass bands.
Yes. So, in a nutshell, we're saying the same thing. But again, just a reminder, Saturday 1 p.m. at the school, Grenville. We have two buses, one coming from Lassages,
and one from the west.
Coming up from the Eastern Main Road, and then we have a next one from St. John's, coming, I would say, down to Grenville. Again, buses leave at 11:30 from both sides, and they are expected to start. We are going to definitely start on time at 1 p.m. and hopefully we'll wrap up mainly at least by 3 maximum. So please come out, folks. We want to hear you. We want to hear your story. We want to have a conversation with you. With the Grenada Cultural Foundation and Spice Mass Foundation would be there represented. Everything being equal, I am going to be there. So we hope you can come out and be part of the conversation.
Right, wonderful. I think you have set the stage this morning. I hope that people do come out, get their thoughts together. You still have time. Today it's only Tuesday. If you don't drive or you don't want to drive, transportation is available. So go on out there and share your challenges, share your what you want to see. So your plans, your dreams for what you do. And at the end of the day, we can all make this bigger. Yeah, I think that's what we are all working towards, ensuring that we protect and preserve what is unique to us. So, Mr. Nelson, thank you so much again. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I look forward to hearing after the meeting and looking forward to Carnival too, to see what all of this would bring. Because at the end of the day, whenever you plan, you're planning with the hope that something would grow. What you have would grow into something even bigger, something wonderful. Yeah. So I want to say thank you again to you and the team at the Grenada Cultural Foundation and SMC for doing this. And as you do so, I do also wish you a successful meeting on Saturday.
Thank you so very much, and thank you for having me. And of course, we from the Cultural Foundation, the staff, we are prepared to make sure that we get things worked. And we are going to be joined by some of the volunteers. So again, volunteers, please call the Cultural Foundation. You have some time and you want to see the culture go forward. All hands on deck, please call us. Let us have a conversation. We need some help. We need your hands. You need your expertise. Thank you again for having me, Ms. Crosby. I really appreciate that. You taking your time off and having that interview with me and hoping that we could get it out to the people. You are playing an integral role also in making sure that the culture get where it has to be. And you're making the work of the Cultural Foundation a lot easier by hosting me this morning. I really appreciate that. You and MTV, thank you so very much once again. Hopefully we could do it the next time.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. You're most welcome, and thank you again for the time. Have yourself a wonderful day. All right.
All right, thanks.
That was Mr. Livingston Nelson, CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundation, speaking to us about that big meeting coming up on Saturday at the St. Andrews Methodist School at 1 p.m. For our traditional mass players, band leaders, it is your time to speak. It's your time to share. It is your opportunity. It is your stage, and you are encouraged to participate. If you do have a challenge for transportation, there will be a bus coming up on the Eastern Corridor, leaving the Lasages area, and also one on the western side, leaving Guelph. So if you have interest, please go to the meeting, speak. We know that there are times you would have grievances, you have gripes, you have challenges, there are things that you want to share. Now is your opportunity to speak. Speak, that's the only way people would know what's happening. Yeah, it's important. You play a critical role in our carnival, and we don't want you to sideline yourself or feel that you are not important. You're very, very, very important, very important. But it is the interest that you take in yourself. Yeah, you have to make that step, take that proactive step, and make a difference. Yes, make a difference. So it's now 26 minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we wrap up.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Hello, I am Pettifer Lewis, the Executive Director of the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce, representing the private sector. From where I sit, I can see how volatile Both the local, regional, and international economies can be as a result of financial shocks, pandemics, natural disasters, among others. Having the NIS Unemployment Benefit Program is certainly a step in the right direction. This will help to alleviate the burden that arises from unemployment. Remember that people who are employed not just support themselves, but support family members as well. The NIS Unemployment Benefit Program will play a very important role in assisting our citizens to mitigate hardships while keeping the local economy stimulated during future challenges like these. This is a very good program, very good initiative, and I support it.
Promoters, here is a chance to boost your event or fete with MTV's irresistible television advertising specials. Book now and be wowed with party deals and good advertising coverage. Call our sales and marketing department on 440-8171 or via WhatsApp on 455-5718. You can also send an email at mtvmarketinggd@gmail.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Building resilience is the responsibility of us all. That means planning in the event of more frequent and intense storms. Introducing a new product called Flexible Hurricane Protection, FHP. FHP provides protection against tropical storms through to Category 5 hurricanes. If a storm covered by your policy impacts your island, you get a payout automatically. No assessors, no adjusters. Pick the amount of coverage you need. Use the funds however you want to cover lost income, replace damaged equipment or crops, rebuild your business, or carry out quick repairs to your home. Getting started is easy. Simply visit www.corpefinsurance.com to select the coverage that's right for you or choose an annual premium that fits your budget. Pay the annual premium at your credit union before 1st June. It's that simple. Make FHP a key part of your yearly hurricane plan.
Join us for the chocolate adventure of a lifetime. May 16th to the 21st, 2023.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. It's now 8:31 in the morning, and this is where we say goodbye to you for today. Thank you so much to our guest, Mr. Livingston Nelson, CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundations, inviting people and speaking to the objective behind Saturday's meeting at the St. Andrews Methodist School from 1 o'clock. Remember, transportation is provided. One bus coming up on the east, another on the west. So we're encouraging all our traditional mass bands, leaders or representatives to be a part of that conversation on Saturday. Yeah. To all our corporate sponsors, thank you so much. To your audience, thank you for always being here. We do appreciate you always being here with us, sharing your comments, suggestions, and we do enjoy sharing the information with you. So let's make Tuesday a wonderful Tuesday. It's hot outside. And remember, if it is too hot for you, take the measures that you need to ensure that you are healthy, that you remain safe. It's a bit hazy outside. It should be a bit hazy outside today. So if you do have respiratory challenges, take all proactive measures to ensure that you or your children, whomever it is, that you are safe. Yeah. To everyone here, the team, Elton Sugars, Tanya, thank you so much again for another successful program. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Please smile. Yes, smile. That, and also help someone who may need help today. Do that. We never know what people are going through. We look at people, we take it for granted that the smile we see is one that comes from deep within. Sometimes it is just the mask that's covering a lot that's going on the inside. The storm may be raging on the inside. The smile on the outside, though, gives a covering is something that may not be real. But sometimes all we have to do is offer a kind word of support, a shoulder, an ear. And when we see an ear, not an ear to share, but an ear, a genuine ear. Because that's what some people need now. And be there for someone. Be there for someone. Life is not a straight path. Many, many bends and corners and meanders in the road. But we have to figure out how we cope through it all. It's not straight. Figure out how we cope. And keep propelling yourself. Each day you wake up, find a reason. Understand the reason why you are here and why you would do or make the best out of the day. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Arcelyn Crosby. We'll meet again on Thursday.